We are about 6 minutes, almost 5, away from the first pitch. Currently have batting practice going on. You're watching ALCS Game 2 on 3M.
Alright. Apparently, my mic audio was super crappy during that, so yeah. Apologies for that. It was coming out of my laptop. So that made it sound really goofy. But we are 5 minutes away from first pitch. You're watching ALCS Game 2 on 3M, RSHSN, headquartered in Indianapolis or whatever the hell. And yeah, goopy. So currently we are waiting on like 3 more Baltimore players. It is 1 Baltimore player compared to Texas's 4. So still kind of waiting on that. We do have an umpire, so there won't be a delay like there was last time, but uh, we'll have a ball game soon. Forfeit clock winded down. Dapo in talks to give them 5 more minutes, apparently, even though it's been 5 minutes already. He wants to give some mercy to Baltimore. I guess because this is the playoffs, but if nobody shows up, they will be facing elimination as this is a 3-game series. So, we'll see how it goes. Young has showed up for Baltimore, and obviously the batting practice spot is not there anymore. So, we'll have ourselves a game. It will be a 4v2. On the mound for Baltimore is Silver. Baltimore looking to bounce back after that Game 1 deficit. In the words of Silver, he was basically summarized up to be a one-man army. Problem is when you have big lineups like that, towards the bottom, you start getting your worst players up and about. So, this is a 2-man squad. Young has... Yeah. Young. He's just young. And the game has started. Apparently could not see that. First pitch of ALCS, Game 2, is a curveball, 78, bottom right. That's a ball, and this game's underway. That's going to center, not center, left center, and Young catches that out. That's the first out of the game. So, talked about Baltimore yesterday. Never ended up talking about Maryland itself. Maryland is the birthplace of the Ouija board, which was mentioned yesterday. Nation's first umbrella factory in the U.S. national anthem. All 3 of those come from Baltimore. It also features the wildest coastlines where free-roaming ponies live on the beaches of Asati Island, or however you say it. Don't know what's happening here. Maryland is the only U.S. state where the official state sport is medieval jousting, adopted in 1962. Throws that slider, kind of meaty, but that was 83 in the top right, top middle right. I believe that Cameron is a controller player, so you don't want to get too fancy, as maybe next season it'll get nerfed. We're on 0-2 count with 1 out in the top of the first. Annapolis, home of the U.S. Naval Academy. Go Navy, beat Army. Swung and missed on that curveball 80, and controller player is struck out. Annapolis, home of the Navy, served as the nation's first peacetime capital from November 1783 to August 1784. Fastball 94 up in the corner, and that's a strike. Silver being a veteran player, known for his tenure with the Braves. Swings and misses off that curveball. Silver throwing good curveballs today. Really outside, but Texas appears to keep falling for it. Aloe Bays on the Potomac River is home to the largest shipwreck fleet in the Western Hemisphere, or on the coastline of Maryland, featuring over 200 sunken World War I era ships. That's a fastball. No idea where that is. Okay, that was in the top right, and that'll go to 1-2. A lot of ball games, there's always a 1-2 count. You will always notice that. And pitch clock winded down, and now we go to even count. 2-2. Swings and misses, and we will go to the bottom of the first with Baltimore batting against a 4-man Army. On the mound looks to be Cameron. Wild Ponies, yeah. Apparently, like legend says, those ponies survived a Spanish galleon shipwreck centuries ago. Curveball 80 in the top right. Silver took on that. That goes to 0-1 count. Maryland, touch the strike zone, should be strike. Nonetheless, took on that. That'll go to 2-1 to Silver. Maryland has the only state flag based on the heraldic banners of a single family, the Calverts and Crosslands. It also has pissed on, deep left, home run Silver. Leaves the yard in the first inning. And it's 1-0 Baltimore. 93 power, 43 angle. And that leaves the yard. Could tell based on that swing, that was going deep. Deep. And again, 1-0 Baltimore. As I was saying, Has the only state flag based on the heraldic banners of a single family, the Calverton Crosslands. It is also the only state with a motto in Italian. Most of the state flags have Latin, which slider 81 to top right. 01. Uh, okay, Alex. Swings and misses off that changeup. Young and Silver are both in their ways good batters. I don't know much about Young, but I do know more about Silver. Slider 90, top right. That'll go to 1-2. Alex, jump if you're watching the stream. Give it a moment, there's a delay. Swings and misses. Strikeout. First out of the bottom of the first. Despite over having 2,000 miles of tidal shoreline, all of Maryland's lakes, including the massive Deep Creek Lake, are man-made. Man-made. Oh, that's a foul. Man-made lakes are kind of. Who the hell makes them? We got Daytime up to bat. I did not notice when he joined. Slider 82. That'll go to 1-1 to Daytime. That goes bounced through the infield, picked up by right fielder, and he's safe at first. Silver left the yard with 93 power, 43 angle. Didn't like my idea of having measurements on homers where you convert the studs to feet. Deep, pissed on, gone! Silver with 2 homers in the game, and that one being a 2-run homer. 95 power, 45 angle, 45 angle. You can't hit it any more better than that. And it's 3-0 Baltimore. Trying to bounce back after that performance last game. Silver's first homer being 442 feet. I didn't really see where that one went. I will look back on the stream. Silver hit that one deep, let's just say that. Around 480 feet. And we're back in the ball game. Young up to bat. After that 2-run shot by Silver. And Baltimore seems to be going on a tear. Mainly Silver. Their big source of offense, but Daytime did produce that base hit. That kind of paved the way for that Silver deep shot. That's important to start a game off with something like that. You want good base hitters early in the lineup. Swings and misses off that slider 90 bottom right. Would have been a ball to go to 3-0, but that's a 2-1 count nonetheless. Ticks on that changeup. Good take. 3-1. Could have been a walk. Silver left the yard with the homer around 430 feet last game. That section in front of that entrance there experienced a number of homers last game. That And Young strikes out. Did not see that other pitch. My mistake. Up to bat is Daytime with that base hit. He's 1 for 1. Silver 2 for 2. Don't know about Young. Daytime glides through the infield. I don't know. I think that was a foul off. Deep foul. And 1-2 to Daytime. Pitch. And that's a strikeout, and we'll go to the second inning. Baltimore scoring 3 runs in that inning. And Silver up to bat, 2 for 2 on batting. He has 9 pitches. He pitched 9 in the first. Took on that curveball outside for 1-0. 1 ball, no strike. I don't know what that creature is, but I don't like it. Deep foul. Caught! Good catch by Daytime. Baltimore gave up a lot of missed foul things that they could have caught. And he's backwards. Last game. I think that might be a my end thing. Because, I don't know. Took on that curveball. We'll go to 1-1 to Double E. Or Godzilla. Deep foul, that being around 362 feet to that section. What is 3-0? Not 3-0. 1-2. I looked at the score, not the count. The 1-2 took on that. We'll go to even count 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Godzilla. Hits that to left. Towards the warning track and caught out by Young. Don't know what that was about. Goes to right. Easy catch by Daytime, and we'll go to the bottom of the second. Here at Camden Yards. Playing under sea level of a factory. Makes the stadium kind of interesting that that's there. up until... Okay, whatever. Not up until. I don't know when this changed. It originally took up to 9 balls to walk a batter. That was an old rule in the MLB. Catchers were allowed to field pitched balls on one bounce for an out. And pitchers used to only deliver underhand. Nowadays, if anyone did that, that's kind of crazy. I believe we've seen a slider that way. It was kind of nasty. Swung and missed off that sweeper, and that's an 0-2. Between 1885 and 1893, batters were permitted to use bats with a flat face, similar to cricket paddles, to help increase offense. So the rule was abandoned because the bats tended to splinter the players or the umpire. From 1867 to 1887, batters were allowed to request a high or low pitch. At first, there was also no concept of a strike zone. The batter could apparently just wait for the pitch. The umpire wouldn't call a strike unless the batter swung and missed. It wasn't usual, or it wasn't unusual for a batter to see 40 to 50 pitches during an at-bat. Until 1883, pitchers had to throw underhand, yeah. Caught out. That's the second out, and we're 1 out away from the stretch. Throws that changeup 84. 1-1 to Godzilla. There used to be circular bases in MLB. And caught out. Switch spots. Bottom of the third. Silver stepped in. And stepped out. Now we're good. Good. And caught out. Went straight to him. That's crazy. I've had 1 or 2 of those in the 12 seasons that I've played this league. Silver actually has the most rings in the league with 5, followed by Pacific with 4. Silver could make it 6 if they take away the series. This game was almost forfeited because of two Baltimore players not showing, and that would have put them facing elimination. They don't want to lose this game, so it's important to take this away so that series can go 1-1. You try aiming too high for the stars and trying to send it deep every at bat. That'll not be good. You want most people to swing contact. That's how you can have base hits and yeah. So we've only seen one base hit this entire game. That was a strikeout by Cameron, and up to bat is daytime. I don't know what happened. I think that was a foul. You've only seen one base hit this entire game. After that base hit, there was a home run by Silver that went 480 feet. Which is a nasty of a stat. The longest verifiable home run in MLB was a hit by Babe Ruth, who launched a 570-foot blast at the Detroit Tigers field. That was a strikeout, and we'll switch places to go to the fourth inning, the last inning that Silver will pitch. In 2019, there was a 500-foot home run by Nomar Mazara. That's in the StatCast tracked era. It's our longest. CJ Cron hit it 504 feet in 2022. Giancarlo Stanton hit it 504 as well. Historically, 565 foot by Mickey Mantle. Fielder was AFK on that, has to chase the ball down, throws that to second, and he'll be safe. That's a double from Jay, and that's the second base hit of the entire game. Historically, 565 foot by Mickey Mantle in 1953, 539 feet in 1971 by Reggie Jackson. Of course, the longest home run at Oriole Park at Camden Yards during the StatCast era was 471 foot. Tries to make a diving play on it, has to throw it to third. He's running home, and that's takes away the shutout. And that's a double. RBI double from Jay. Apparently, he has to go back to first. And that'll make it a 3-1 ball game. Nope, did not count. And there are now runners at the corner. The longest home run at Oriole Park at Camden Yards during the StatCast era since 2015 was a 475-foot blast by Carlos Carrera off the Houston Astros on or in 2019 off Aaron Brooks, who's pitching for Baltimore. For historically, uh, legendary 471-foot home run to deep center field, hit by Darryl Strawberry of the New York Yankees off Mike Messina in June 17, 1998, is also widely celebrated as one of the longest home runs in the stadium's history. Gunnar Henderson launched a 462-foot shot on June 11, 2023 that hit the warehouse. Goes to right in foul territory and went a dangerous spot if that went fair. As I was talking about, the pitcher Silvers has 6 rings. Followed by Pacific 5. Goes to right, picked up by the fielder, throws it to third, and there's the RBI that Texas could have had earlier. And that's 3-1. With the Orioles still leading. You don't want to get too fancy here. A home run here could give them the lead. There's no outs, so you have to put a lot of effort into doing this. He overthrew second, and that would have helped. Daytime did. Took on that curveball. That's a ball. You want to get more in the zone, but not too in it, because otherwise you're seeing 400 feet to left center or something. Good pitch. That sinker 92 puts a strike in for 1-1 count. The 1-1. Took on that slider for 2-1. Are you kidding me? Could have had a double play there. They did. Double play. I think he caught that out and then threw somebody out by throwing it to first. Smart move. Not a lot of people would recognize that. And that's... Baltimore needs one more out to get this game really out of reach. So it is. The ruling is a double play. Need one more out to send this to the bottom of the 4th, so you can rub more salt in the wound that'll really get it out of reach. time for a review. Should be out, but too late because Cameron touched the bag before the runner did. But nonetheless, he sent that deep, and yeah, we're tied at 3. The even count to Jake. And that's a strikeout. And finally, going to the bottom of the 4th, Orioles batting after giving up that 3-run lead. I was talking about how important it is to win this game because you don't want to get swept by this Texas team, especially considering that they had a close game with the Reds. That same team that did that, yes. Took on that slider 85, top right, and that's a ball. Took in that curveball 78 in the top left. That's a 2-0 count to Silver. Might as well walk him here, because he sent it deep before. He can gladly do it again. It's not his first time doing that. Took on that changeup 84 in the bottom left, and that's a 3-0 count, and this might as well be a walk here. And that is a walk. The 0-1 to Young goes to 0-2. And that's a strikeout. The first out of the inning in the bottom of the fourth. Daytime trying to do a slow walk. Fucking shut. Caught. Double play! Yep. And we'll go to the top of the fifth. Texas tries to answer after that. Closing for this is Young. Texas, if they answer back after that, then they could take this ball game away and give the Orioles facing elimination. Took in that fastball. You know what? Screw it. The 0-1. Pitch clock winding down. There we go. The 0-1 to Snowy. Slider 84, bottom left. 1-1. Count. Don't know why Dapo got up after that. Took on that fastball. That's a 2-1 strike. Hits that changeup. And I believe that's a foul. Makes it even count. Hits that to right. Deep. Home run by Godzilla. It is 4-3. And that gives Texas the lead. That is dangerous territory. That ball was hit 425 feet towards the screen. And it's 4-3. Change up 86 in the bottom right, and that's a 1-2. Don't want to rub salt in the wound. Or you really don't want them to. Took on that curveball. That's a full count to Cameron. Godzilla with the go-ahead homer. Young steps off as the pitch clock was winding down. We'll go back to it. Pisses on that slider, and that's deep. 5-3 Texas. That ball was hit 393 feet. Texas rubbing salt in the wound. Another go ahead. Making another hit. Foul. This is forcing the... Yeah, this took on that sweeper. That's a 1-1 to Jay. Another hit to right. Does not get to it. Has to chase it down. And running to 2. Throws it to 2. Cut off. And that's a double for Jay. Took on that curveball. Hit it. Woo! 1-0 to Snowy. Another foul. That one reaching to the sweets. The 1-1 to Young. Swung and missed off that slider. That's the 1-2 count to Snowy. Didn't budge off that sweeper that was down in the zone. Was not in the zone. But that's even count to Snowy. He took on that for a strikeout. Godzilla up to bat. Took on that curveball. 1-0 count to Godzilla. Hit that go-ahead home run. Swung and missed. The 2-1 to Godzilla. Pitch clock winding down. Threw it with 3 seconds remaining. Hits that to right. On the foul pole. And that's a home run, Godzilla. And it's 7-3. He hit that 326 feet. Straight to the foul pole. Like I said, rubbing salt into the wound. This game is mostly Silver versus Texas. He's been the only one producing in the lineup. Another foul pole shot! And that's a home run by Cameron. And it's 8-3. The pummeling has started. 338 foot straight to the foul pole. And Texas, once down 3-0, is leading 8-3. All it took was 1 inning. Throws that middle. Goes to the left fielder. He throws that to first. No good. He's been throwing mids. Might get suspended. This is a playoff game. Knuckleball 66 in the top left. 0-1. But he threw that one. Right down the middle. That caused that base hit. 0-2 to Snowy. And that's a strikeout. The Rangers are 3 outs away from taking it away. Not even a grand slam would tie this up. And I'd say the odds are low that Baltimore suddenly locks in and takes it away. Go to commercial. We're back. Pluto up to bat. Not a planet. Swung and missed. That's the 0-1. Slider 0-2. And swung and missed. That's the strikeout. 2 outs away from taking this game away. And the way it's looking, slim. No shady. Shut the fuck up. Swung and missed off that sinker. 0-1. Baltimore, it appears dim for this team. Hit to left. Foul pole home run by Munch. And it's 8-4. Solo shot. Down by a grand slam. The 1-1 to Silver. Took. Bad take. That's the 1-2. Things are looking dim for this Baltimore team. Took on that changeup, 84. That's an even count. Took on that curveball. Full count. And that's a walk. I want this to hurry up because there's a game at Petco soon. Hits that deep home run by Young. And it's 6-8. They are down by 2 runs in this. He hit that 449 feet. What a ball game. 14 runs combined. And 8-6 in a game that Baltimore was leading 3-0 in early innings. had Texas not hit that home run, we'd all be in Petco by now. Yay! But yeah. No. And we're back. With daytime up to bat, playing at nighttime, so. And that's a foul. Close there. Fly out, and there's 1 out remaining in this game. There's a good chance the odds are higher that they could take it, that Baltimore could score 2 runs to somehow get the win. 2 strikes away. Took on that. 1 out away and 2 strikes away. 1-1 to Pluto. Took on that slider inside for 1-2. God. Took on that curveball for even count. One strike away from the game ending. Ball game. The Rangers win and the Orioles face elimination. Thank you for watching tonight's stream. And ALCS Game 2 belongs to the Rangers, and the Orioles are 1 loss away from elimination. I'm 33 Cat. Thank you for watching.